I've recently watched some video, kind of motivational, and it said like, if you're not going to post at least one single video on YouTube, that means you gave up too early. So from that week, it's going to be a YouTube spam from origin, so get ready. I'm doing some editing, so I recorded some beautiful videos with the stockings and pantyhose. As requested, probably you seen this video, and maybe you are a lucky person who is going to watch it, so make sure you subscribe in my other pages as well. I don't know how about other creators, but I really love to do editing. It's one of my favorite parts. And yes, you probably should delegate things. But since I've got that wonderful camera which I'm using for my content, things changed rapidly. I really enjoy the quality, and it's nice to see feedback from my subs, because they keep coming back and asking for custom videos, because you can tell they look absolutely incredible, and it's the most importantly, if you as a creator, you enjoy in every part of your job, people will feel it and they will spend the time with you, because you think being creator, it's all about selling, but it's not. Being creator, mainly it's about how you feel while you're doing your job, and it contained multiple states. So 1, you do preparation. 2, yes, you find the right clothes, colors. As an art teacher, I love colors, and I'm looking to the background and I'm thinking about the matching, and everything is definitely been done with meaning. So, and while you done all this state, now is the time to record. And when you record, it has to be specific mood, environment, and there is a different gradation. If you do custom video, is a very it's a very delicate and specific vibe, because you have to feel the person. You have to go through the chat and make sure you definitely catching the right vibe, because this connection is very special and it's not random, and I treat every person individually, and that's my personal touch. And I do everything by myself. It takes a lot of time. I don't even sleep at night. I just do like multiple naps, and it's okay. It's healthy. As long as everybody happy, it makes me happy. And when I see person is giving me feedback and having this special connection for years, it's just not like a random thing. It's something more valuable and more special, and it took me a long time to build everything from scratch. And recently I had a big breakdown on my mental health, because I think when you had something and for the long time, and if something doesn't work, I promote myself on Instagram, on TikTok. So first breakdown happened when TikTok stopped to work. That was beginning of the 2025, and I have to immediately switch to Instagram. And recently Instagram changed the algorithm, so and I have to use specific tools, and I have to ask somebody to run some meta for me. And so it wasn't really good. Then I have to switch. It was so difficult, so complicated, and I neglected my page, and I think my subs started to feel that way, which wasn't fair. And then I managed to put myself together, came back to people, because I think it's not about I start to put things on a specific level. So prioritize, that's the word. I start to prioritize who is the most important here and what am I here for. And I came back to all those people, my valuable people, and I start to apologize because I didn't have a time to spend with them. I didn't really. I had a proper breakdown, and everybody can have it in that creator space, because it's so much competition, and we all can get viral video and gain followers, and at everywhere we can find the nice people, and then next week or maybe for decades you don't get viral video and you stay kind of low, and you do everything, and you try, you're not giving up, you still try, and it's not happening. And for the long time, you start to feel like I'm not doing enough, and I'm not good enough for it. And you see now that people's success, it made you wonder like, oh, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe something wrong with me. And you start to dig in on yourself, and you start to don't appreciate the little tiny things in your life. And I was watching a podcast about a very famous Brazilian singer. Her name is Anita, and she said like she had a kind of emotional breakdown once upon a time, and she went to kind of a retreat, but that was a kind of mental retreat. And she said there was a very interesting way how they start that treat. Basically sitting on a dining table. It wasn't even dining table. They have to go outside. They didn't have cutleries, no forks, no spoons, no like even plates. Like it was a big casserole, for example, on the middle, and everybody have to use pure hands to have a food, because you don't even realize about human inventions such as cutleries until you face with this problem. So they have to eat with their hands, and I was always judgmental about some culture, why they eating with hands, because it's I found it's not very hygienic. Does make you feel closer to the nature. And while they've been eating with a hand for a couple of days, next day they've been sent to the forest, and they have to make their own cutleries, which is a spoon and a fork. So they have to find some material or anything and use it was an instrument. Okay, there was an instrument. There was a person who was trained how to build it from scratch, so they still have to kind of create a specific atmosphere to develop such a material, you see. They have to work together, and they build their own cutleries, and then next day that would be some dishes, separated dishes, uh, like a plate or anything you need to eat as a normal person, how we treat it today. And every single food that has to be done and built by community, everyone would be part of community. They would communicate there. As you can imagine, wasn't any devices, probably 15 minutes per day or something to talk to your families, but that's it. Rest of the time you just have to do this community work, you see. And after a month there was like a big gap, so they did everything, and that was regarding clothes, so you have to try to make your own clothes if you need it, and other things which you don't really appreciate as a human because you have everything. And that's when I start to realize, like, wow, I remember when I did my very first TikTok account, and it wasn't easy. It was something new. I never did it before, and I felt so old because it was full of youngsters and young girls and doing some silly dancing. It was quite funny to watch me copying them, and that's probably how I became quite popular, because I was pretty old and it was pretty odd to watch me dancing, and nothing wrong with it. So now I can realize that was a really, really great, and it was a right move. And but today, and I started to, every day I have to appreciate three little things, you know, which is normal. We treat them as a normal, and we keep thinking, what is other people thinking about us? I know it's bizarre because, as you know, I have a page and stuff. You probably think, oh, you don't care what other people think, but we do. We taught, we grew up with this kind of culture and background, especially for me. As you know, I was born in USSR, so which is Ukraine today. That's where it is. And yeah, we are really, even if we already trained ourselves to feel different and be different, this kind of culture is still inside us, and it's not going anywhere. It's always going to be there. So I really wanted to deliver this message. Maybe it's a little bit random. Maybe you want me to show you some nylon content right there, and believe me, I will do, because this is what I'm here for. But I also wanted to bring this side of myself, which is down to earth, and I'm experiencing exactly the same problem and issue as anybody else. Because yeah, I'm trying to present this beautiful blonde a woman who is smiling all the time, who has no problem, and I'm just trying to make you smile all the time on my Instagram and TikTok and other pages. So, but I also wanted to show you some kind of background and some stories behind it, because it's something which is very close to my soul. And maybe somebody else is going through similar situation. Um, and maybe there is somebody who wants to jump on a creator space. And before you do that, please listen. First of all, you have to love every single step of it, because even if you hire editor, you hire somebody who would post it for you on Instagram. I don't. I do everything by myself. Yeah, even you will do it. You still gonna think about, oh, are they going to post it in the right time? Are they going to do like everything in a certain order? Because having a platform, that means you have to browse, you have to act as a human. If you don't act as a human, platform will feel it, and there is more of a possibility to get shadow banned or banned, because you will learn a lot. You have to learn every single day. You learn, and you have to be flexible, and you can't have plan. You can, but it could change rapidly. Sometimes I have a plan, but it can change like 3 times per day. So you have to be kind of flexible to changes, and changes, if before changes could be like once in a week, now changes are just like every single day, and you learn it and you adapt it, and you have to be like, I used to have a content and prepare it for a day or for the week, and that was no problem. Whereas now, you can do it still, but don't expect algorithm to like it. It has to be like a brand new viral, and you need to be flexible, you need to be ready. And lots of workers, if you hire people, you need to realize there is not much motivation, because you are the most motivated person in all bubble. Excuse me. Even if you have a team, and great team, wonderful people, but you still need to motivate other, and you are the main nut in this situation. And if something happened to you, I'm sorry, but your whole page, your whole structure are going to be affected. So you have to look after your personal health, your mental health, and very important to look after your close bubble. I'm talking about your family, your friends, and even your neighbors. So you have to think about a lot of different stuff for the rest of your life if you are becoming a content creator. So don't think it's a quick money. Don't think it's something like you can do as a hustle. Because if it's something which you enjoy, please do it. And it doesn't matter what, because it's always going to be a people who would like to discover you and who would like to follow your journey. So thank you for watching. It's a super long video, but I was super honest, and I'm looking forward to share rest of my journey with you. Love you.